I think she's a diva, in her acting, right? So I think her
Right.
and Cookie are gonna be great, and then along with Tasha Smith. So I can't wait to see that. I know it's gonna be good.
Now, really quickly, you just mentioned something that reminded me. The guy that was killed because Cookie thought somebody was coming for her, and I think D-Ray's
Yeah.
character. Do you think that kind of just got left out there?
It did, but because I see in the previews that D-Ray, you have Chris Rock who's playing Frank Gathers, who's the guy who was over, his man got killed basically, and then Lucius are in jail. I'm hoping that they will kind of revisit that. I'd imagine that they are, since he's going to be in season 2 as well.
Any trepidation about Chris Rock playing an inmate or
Well, he's playing the guy who was their drug guy, the person who was their supplier or whatever. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what's gonna happen with that, and that's why I'm kind of interested in knowing like what the story was about Cookie going to prison, and then Cookie also ratted on Frank. So
right.
I think that'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with Lucius and him. Somebody's gonna die. I know that. I don't know who.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if he's gonna die or not, but it's probably somebody gonna get killed. Probably.
So you mentioned Neo, Chris Rock, Vivica Fox, Tyrese.
I think Adam Rodriguez is coming. Tyra Farrell is gonna be on there. She played in.
Now who's Adam Rodriguez again?
He's gonna be playing Cookie.
Is that the guy from CSI?
Yeah, he was on CSI Miami,
Okay.
and then he also played with Taraji in I Can Do Bad by Myself. So.
Right. Okay. I like him. Him.
So that should be kind of fun. He's in Magic Mike, so hopefully he'll take his shirt off or something.
I'm about to say he's another attractive guy for you ladies, so I like him. So what newcomer are you looking forward to the most?
The most, I really want to know what Tyrese is gonna do on the show, just because he and Taraji are really good, and he's been hyping it up. Oh, I gotta come get my girl back. So,
Jody,
what his story is gonna be, and then who else is supposed to be on that's gonna be really good? And then I guess I'm really excited about Vivica too. I think that'll be pretty fun.
Now is my one man gone? They played Antoine Fisher. His name escapes me at the moment.
Derek Luke. I think
Derek Luke.
Yeah, I think he's gone from the show. He said he was going to DC, and I know he's got some other shows actually coming up. But yeah, he was good, but hopefully Adam will be better. And Tyrese.
I thought he was a good. He brought a good vibe to the show. I thought him and Cookie moved a little. That's what was so confusing. Like, Cookie was trying to give her and Lucius a chance. Then she was feeling the younger guy. Yeah, that kind of just was odd to me.
It moved fast, I think. But what I really did like was that she didn't, once she really saw that Lucius was still about nothing, then she moved on. She didn't, a lot of women will keep going back or staying with that no good guy, and so I do like that she kind of moved on. I think it went quickly, but again, I think the show just was so quick that it just seemed like, wow, y'all already doing, just kissing or whatever. So I think it moved fast, but yeah, they were really cute together, I thought.
So we've talked about the pacing of the show, and at points it was frustrating. Sometimes it was okay. There were thoughts, or it was floated around about extending Empire out to a full slate of 22, 24 shows like the traditional network shows. I believe they've walked back on that idea and will keep it at the 12 or 13 week format. You think that was a good thing, or maybe they need to meet in the middle somewhere, or do you think it'd be a train wreck if it went to the full 22 weeks?
Sure. Well, I think what they're doing this season is going to be 18 episodes, so they're kind of trying to do in between there. And I think hopefully that'll make it better because it's not so small that they can kind of space it out and slow it down a little bit. So I'm hoping that they will slow it down and flesh it out. I don't want it to be too many episodes, because when you have those 23 episodes, it starts getting repetitive, kind of gets boring a little bit, and you really gotta keep up. And then, like I said, I'm a big fan of Taraji's, and that was kind of one of the things she did not like about, Person of Interest, and that's why she was really happy about coming to Empire, because it was a shorter season and you have time to do other projects. So I don't want the actors to get worn out and then start just messing up and things like that. So I think if they do the 18, it would be good.
Yeah, I agree. I think 18 would probably suit it just fine. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be a perfect number. Going to that full 22, like you said, I wasn't a fan of that. Now, are you a binge? I mean, are you falling into or moving towards? Because my wife she's brutal. I mean, she gives a show about 2 or 3 weeks, and then she just moves on, whether she liked it or not. And I don't know. I'm getting older. I got a lot of things I'm trying to do. I really don't have time to sit every week and catch a show, when it airs. So are you finding it hard to lock in every week to see a show, or are you kind of moving towards the Netflix and the streaming services, and you rather watch everything at once or watch, on demand? What's your viewing tendencies?
Sure. Well, with a lot of shows, I will just binge watch it once it's on Netflix or once the season's over. And what I find about Empire, it is really appointment TV. Like, you want to watch it when it's airing, so you can tweet with everybody, Facebook or whatever, and know what's happening. Otherwise, if you get on social media and you did not watch it, you will know exactly, it's gonna be spoiled for you. I mean, the memes are out very quickly, and I work at night, so I'm always like trying to take my breaks during the time of Empire, and we're just having a little Empire party in the cafeteria. But I feel like with this show, and I think even kind of Scandal a little bit, being Mary Jane, you really want to watch it while it's airing if you can, because otherwise it's going to get spoiled on Instagram and Twitter for you.
Right. I will say I do find it difficult to tune in regularly, but I will say that a show like Power, coming on Saturdays, while usually that would be a bad night, and I think historically it's been a bad night. Friday and Saturday have been pretty bad nights for TV, but I was there every week for Power.
Yeah, see, now the first season of Power, I binge watched that because I didn't know about it till later, and it was good because I could just watch it all together. But this season, yeah, I had to kind of, even though I kind of caught it after, or maybe on demand or something like that, I had to watch it that day. Because otherwise, again, it'll be on Twitter. People will be like, oh, yeah, this happened. You're like, what? Oh, my God.
Right. It does move fast. And like you said, you really have to be mindful of, staying away from social media if you are trying to follow shows and, want to avoid spoilers and whatnot. So that's a great point. Once again, we're on Pay Me No Mind. This is your host, Wood. I have my guest, Jasmine Dokes, on, and we're talking Empire and TV in general. We've kind of hit everything. Any thoughts on kind of some of the back and forth that went on between Power and Empire?
Sure, I think that they're nothing alike. And I hate that. I understand how 50 Cent works. He wants to, he likes to create that buzz about his show and things like that. He's a businessman. But I hate that it kind of brought the audience and the fans, it's got to be compared, or you can only pick one side. And it's like, Power is so good and Empire is so good, but they're just, the only similarities really is they're black. But other than that,
or they take place in a big city.
Yeah, big city, and there are things like that. But Power is a gritty drama. It's raw. It's good. But Empire is a musical hip hop, soap opera, really. So they're just different shows, but they're both great, and they don't come on at the same time. So watch both of them is what I say. So
it kind of the whole argument to me kind of insulted the fans, because I don't think as a people, I just don't think we're that monolithic to where we can't follow more than one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You have to be either or, team power or team empire. And I mean, I think 50 floated around, or it was floated out there that he initially had an idea like empire and somebody else took off with it or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was kind of foolish. It was kind of an asinine argument in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think people, once he put that out there, then it's out there. Now people are like, oh, well, I gotta like one or the other.
Exactly.
But really, like, you should just be happy that you got these people of color working behind the scenes on camera and things like that, and they're both really good, and we can support, both. If anything, I would compare Empire to like a Nashville, like. They are on the same day. They're both musical.
Exactly.
That is kind of their competition. But yeah. So hopefully people will get away from that and be able to enjoy both the shows. And I think maybe it gave more viewers for Power, definitely.
And I think we need multiple shows because I think we need these peripheral characters. That's a way for us to get introduced to new faces, and then those new faces can, pop up in other projects down the road. So I think, like you said, it's good to see these stories being told. It's good to see people of color working. It's good to see storylines that are relevant to us, even if we're not in the streets the way some of these characters are. But, and I'll be honest, the last couple years, last several years, my viewing, I really don't give shows a chance if I don't see a diverse cast. That's just how I roll. Unless it's a period story or whatever that's being told. If I don't see something in the cast makeup that reflects my day-to-day walk, then I'm not really tuning in.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's what Empire has done such a great job at. Is now we'll see in this coming up season and the future seasons of more people of color on TV, on the screen, who directing, writing, producing, and things like that. And so that has everything to do with Empire really making these ratings where Hollywood and the executives can see that black dollars matter and that people, not just black people, but all people, want to see different types of people on TV, and there's stories that are really legit. So we have a diverse types of stories, from Being Mary Jane to Scandal to Empire. They're totally different, but we get to see beautiful black people on screen. So that's a great thing.
Have you heard about a new venture by Lee Daniels called Star?
I haven't really heard about it. I think it's gonna be the singing group, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a female group based in Atlanta.
Yeah, I've heard somewhat about that a little bit.
You think that's gonna do well? It's gonna saturate things? I even saw some thoughts of a crossover between the Empire universe and Star. Mm-hmm. You think we going down a bad road here?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen enough about it. It doesn't really pique my interest that much, just because we already have the Empire. And I know he said he's going to try to do a spinoff with Cookie as well. So I don't know. I'll definitely give it a chance. I think a lot of shows are coming out, and so you want to like, I don't know if that's going to be good or not. But I always, if it's a black cast, I usually will always give it a shot at first, at least, to see what's up. So we'll see. It might be a little much, but hopefully he's a pretty good producer, so hopefully it'll be good.
I guess one of the characters will be will strongly depict some of his struggles. I don't want to go too far into that because I don't think they've even attached any actresses or actors to it. So I think that would kind of pique my interest once I know, what people I'm dealing with. Yeah. Then I could get more into the storyline. Let me ask you this before we do move on. Now, in hindsight, are you kind of glad that Quincy didn't or wasn't included in the show?
P. Diddy's son.
Yeah.
I think, and he was gonna play Hakeem's character. I think Yaz did a really good job, and I think they just look they look cohesive. They look like they could really be a family together. I like that a lot of these people were new. I mean, this was his first, I believe he said it was his first audition ever. So I like that it was kind